Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 131, Elements of College Mathematics, Section 4.2, Problem 4. This is Section 4.2, Problem 4. It says, find the maximum output for the simplex tableau shown below and state the value of the variables that will produce that maximum. So what we have is a tableau with 4 rows. So the top row, you have 1, -2, 3, 1, 0, 0, 0 again, and then 138. The second row, we have 4, -1, 6, 0, 1, 0, 0, 160. Then the third row, we have 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0, 124. And finally, in the bottom row or fourth row, we have -5, -8, -3, 0, 0, 0 again, 1, and then finally 0. So to find the maximum, what we have to do is find the pivot and perform a pivot. So to find the pivot element, what we have to do is first determine the pivot column by finding the most negative value in the bottom row. So as I look in the bottom row of this tableau, I have -5, -8, and -3. -8 is the most negative value in the bottom row. That -8 occurs in the x2 column, so the x2 column would be my pivot column. Now I have to determine which value of the x2 column is the pivot element. And my choices are -2 in the top, -1 one row down, 0 beneath that, and finally -8 in the bottom row of the x2 column. Well, the pivot can never be negative, and it can never be 0. Well, everything in the x2 column is either negative or 0, so there's no pivot, which means there is no solution. So the answer to problem number 4 is no solution, because there is no pivot. You can't pivot this, you can't get a solution for it. Now, if you're curious, how can this possibly happen? What's happening, if you could visualize this graphically, and since it has 3 x values, it has an x1 column, an x2 column, an x3 column, it would have a three-dimensional problem. You couldn't really picture it that easily, but if you could, you would see that it's an unbounded feasible region. That's why there's no maximum. When you can't find a solution, it's because you're trying to maximize an unbounded feasible region. So the further out you go in that unfeasible region, you can keep producing a bigger and bigger and bigger maximum. It's like trying to maximize your delivery costs. Let's say that there is no maximum. You can always make it more and more and more. So no solution for number 4. It's an easy problem.